when I went into it, was the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps. And then after the Army accepted it as a full branch, it became the Women's Army Corps. And see, then I was transferred to the SignalCorps. The messages come and go for there, but we were a transfer to other, we were a central area to transfer to other fronts in Africa and so forth. See, I trained down in the New York Signal Center down on, I don't know, way at the tip of Manhattan. And I have to laugh at that training because the messages would come in one blank and all you do is read it and run over and feed it into another. And that's all the job was feeding one to the other across the room. Mm-hmm. Big deal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was me and the WAAC before the Army took us in. We had to be sworn in. You'll see another place where a lot of us have gathered. That's all in Des Moines. And this is where we all got taken into the Army. Well, we went through Gibraltar, and they were assigned gun positions on the ship, and it sobered the whole crew. And wills were written. Some got baptized, and it was a very sober group that sailed up through the Mediterranean into the port of Naples. Well, the coding room was part of the signal center itself, the message center. Right. And in the one we had in Naples, we had the British there as well. And I was duty officer, which means when I was on duty, I was in command. And the coding room was where I kept myself, or I was supposed to. And they would, when they get a message that was enciphered, they'd slip it through a little slot. No, we had a device that did that. And of course the thing changed every day, and then there was a backup, and then there was an emergency. Mm-hmm.
So the codes would change every day?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. And the backup code and the emergency code. I didn't appreciate the life there until later when I went north. But it was pretty exciting though. There were no, the fighting, Rome had not fallen at that point, but they were far enough north, so we were away from the action. And I can't talk about the hardships because, for instance, they had a wonderful officers club up on what they call the Bomberro in Naples. And there were dances, and you know, it was rather nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But when I went north, you see, when Mark Clark's army went north, part of us were taken out of that signal center and established another one up in Livorno. Well, life was pretty grim up there, I'll tell you. But see, it was from Naples that they mounted the invasion of southern France. That's why we were important. And at that time, around Naples, Naples was such an exciting city. Filthiest city in Europe, it still is. There was every nationality you could think of on the streets at the time because, well, in Naples, even though that was high, wide, and open, they had, the British smoked us out every night, so the city would be hidden. And I had to laugh. We left New York, which was totally blacked out, and Naples was full of light, so they threw this screen over it every night. Well, it was they dumped all this smoky stuff all over. It's terrible. And still, there's Vesuvius there that's all aglow, and that was an easy mark to find Naples. And no, it wasn't. No, I never felt completely safe there. And You know, I heard a guide once say that the Germans had blown up the bridges. They hadn't. They dynamited them, and they saved the Ponte Vecchio, which, thank goodness, because Hitler had a restaurant near there, and he was fond of the place, so that was spared. But when Florence and I went over there in the Jeep on the first visit we made, the only approach to the city was over the Bailey bridges. Yeah, a wartime of that nature was quite different. You people have never experienced it.
Mm-hmm. Right.